name is Kelly Soleau-Millar. I'm from Wellington, Florida. I'm a equestrian professional and horse trainer. The first time I was turned on to the BioStar products, it was through Dr. Ober, and he introduced me to Tigger. And she came over and met my best horse at the time, Masterman. We had been struggling for years with colon ulcers and really everything with this whole digestive system. And Dr. Ober suggested that I talk to Tigger, and Tigger came over, and really we spoke about all of Masterman's problems and what we had been giving him and the medications and how many years. And it turned out that we discussed trying to transition him over to an all-natural diet and some of her supplements, and in a matter of, I would say, less than a month, we were able to have Masterman off of all of his medication, which he was on sucralfate, misoprostol, Gastrogard, everything, you name it, he was on it. And I was able to wean him off of that by changing his diet, and he was able to continue with his career, but much happier. What was most interesting was that Tigger explained it in a way where it made me feel like I should be eating better as well, and that it wasn't a complicated process, and that how much better it would be, and really you were able to know exactly what was going into your horses instead of the processed foods. And by doing it and working with her, it became the new normal to me. And it seemed strange to do anything different. It didn't take any more time, and I knew exactly what was going into my horse to make him better, and to see the results really made me believe. From the day I met Tigger, it took me about 2 months to switch all of my personal horses to an all-natural diet. And since then, any horse that comes under my care personally, through my family's farm at Bridgebrook Farms and that I ride, I have switched to the all-natural diet. I truly believe in it. I have seen change through all of my horses, whether they've had problems or not. A few years back, one of my best horses, Itty Bitty, she struggled with allergies, and that through Tigger's program and feeding her an all-natural diet, was able to manage her better through that, and also not just using medication, just feeding the proper diet. And Tigger suggested, allergy testing and things like that, which we did find certain food ingredients she wasn't allergic to, so we were able to help her by just changing what goes into her body. I had another one of my horses at that similar time, Center Ice, he could be very difficult to do anything with. He was up and down all the time. Just every day was different. He was never consistent to ride, and he always looked poor. He was a warm blood, but looked more like a thoroughbred, and just never really had a top line and a thin neck, and was, I'm not gonna lie, funny looking. And shortly after transitioning him, he came out every day more consistent, and his whole body changed, and he really changed into a completely different horse without all of the sugars that you can get from the processed foods. My relationship with Tigger and BioStar is very different than I believe some people have with their nutritionists or anyone that they work with. I can call Tigger, I can text Tigger, I can send her an email any time of day, really, and ask her questions about horses. I try to, every few months, touch base with her about how the horses are doing, and if we think we need to adjust anything with their feeds, just sort of discussing their behaviors, especially when I get new horses as well, and how we think we can change them and make them better. I would say having that sort of as a tool in my backpack really helps my career and going forward, just being successful. Really, I can call her and we just discuss, and she helps me, get through it. And if it doesn't work, we go at it again and try something else. And she never gives up, and it's really, one of the best tools I have.
Great.